Hey, Janet. It's been a while. Is now a good time? I have some unfortunate news. Susan, what's going on? I'm going to have a wedding. What? Really? My boyfriend proposed to me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't tell you that I got proposed to. There's been a lot going on, and I couldn't tell you right away. Well, that's okay. Why is it unfortunate news that you're getting married? It's good news. Because I feel bad for you? Why? Because you're 5 years older than me, but I'm getting married before you. No, I don't feel bad. I've no desire to get married now. I'm genuinely happy if you're happy. You're acting tough. Huh? But it can't be helped. Look at you. What are you trying to say? It's hard to believe we're sisters, isn't it? I'm so beautiful that people look back at me on the street. But you are so ugly that people on the street want to turn their heads away. Huh? I really feel sorry for you. Because of your looks, Mom and Dad don't even love you. You were always compared to me, and you feel frustrated all the time, don't you? It's true that I had a complex about my looks as a child. I had mixed feelings when I saw how much my parents doted on you. But now, I don't mind it at all. No one around me ever says anything bad about my looks. I'm too busy with work to worry about that. I see. I'm sure people around you just can't say how they really feel about you. Anyway, I'll send you an invitation too. You'll definitely come, right? Well, we're family after all, and I'm planning to attend. But when's the wedding? The first Sunday in 2 months. Okay, then I'll keep my schedule open. Thanks. Susan? What does this mean? What's wrong, Janet? I just arrived at the venue a while ago. It was almost time for the ceremony to start, but nobody showed up. I thought it was strange, so I asked the staff. You had a wedding actually last week? Oh, that's right. Sorry about that. We had to change the date due to his work. I completely forgot to tell you. You mean you forgot to tell only me? That's right. Isn't it normal to tell your family first for something that important? It can't be helped, can it? You are not only ugly but also forgettable. From the looks of it, you intentionally didn't tell me about it. You got me. Can you explain what's going on? I had to adjust my schedule and rush to the wedding venue, even though I'm busy with work. Oh my God! Are you mad at me? Who wouldn't be mad at you for this? I just wasted the whole day because of you. You're not that busy. You're overreacting. I can't believe you intentionally didn't inform me of the schedule change. You have an explanation that makes sense to me, don't you? I don't know if you'll be convinced, but you might be like, aha! Get to the point. Okay. You haven't been in touch with your fiancé lately, have you? What? Fiancé? Actually, your fiancé has become my husband. Huh? I surprised you, didn't I? I'm sorry, Janet. I know you dreamed of marrying him, but it's impossible for an ugly girl to be happy. It's always me, the beautiful one, who wins. So, I got your fiancé. Huh? If you attended the wedding, you'd definitely make a scene, right? You'll be screaming and yelling and saying, I want my fiancé back. So I sent you a different invitation than the others. Huh. So you lied about changing the date of the ceremony. You just sent me a fake invitation? That's right. I didn't want my friends and acquaintances to know that I have an ugly sister like you. I'm embarrassed, to be honest. I didn't want to see you, so I had the wedding last week. I went to the trouble of making invitations with changed groom's name and the date. Then you shouldn't have invited me. After all, you just wanted to harass me, didn't you? That's not it. In order to keep you quiet until the wedding was held, I had no choice but to do it this way. By the way, I don't have a fiancé. Huh? I may have told you before, I have no desire to get married. I don't have a fiancé, nor am I dating a man. Wait, you're acting tough again. I feel beyond pity that I started laughing. I don't care what you think. Anyway, today's not your wedding, right? Nope. I'm really sorry, Janet. I know it's frustrating. Not only you lost your fiancé, but when you came to the wedding, you were all alone. I can't stop laughing just imagining that. You're such a bitch, aren't you? Oh well, I've already taken a day off from work. I'll just go sightseeing near the wedding venue and go home. Oh, poor thing. You didn't even get invited to your sister's wedding. You're so miserable that you go sightseeing alone. Janet, guess where I am? Huh? I don't know. I'm in Paris. Okay, well, I'll see you later. I'm busy. Hey, wait! What? Janet, aren't you frustrated? What do you mean? I'm on my honeymoon in Paris with my husband. This is where you wanted to come with your ex-fiancé who became my husband. I just went to Paris last year with my friends. What? You're full of lies. If you don't believe me, I can send you the pictures. No thanks. I don't want to see your pictures. You've never been abroad, have you? You don't have to make up stories. Well, you don't have to believe me. I've been going abroad several times a year for the past few years, for both work and private. Now I'm more interested in taking it easy and traveling around the US. What? That's something that an old lady does. Oh, you're an old lady. You are an old lady who is over 30 years old. Aw, an old lady who didn't even notice that her fiancé had somehow become her sister's husband. So, who are you talking about? I don't remember him at all, so tell me his name. Gosh, what are you talking about when you know him best? I'm asking you because I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. Why not? I don't want to leave my husband's name on your WhatsApp account. I worry you'll get jealous and do something to him. I can't be jealous if you steal someone I don't remember. There you go. Even now you're shaking with frustration, right? So, I'm not frustrated or anything. Oh, sorry, Janet. My husband needs me, so see you later. You're not going to tell me, are you? Julie, do you have a minute? Good evening, Janet. I was just about to call you too. What? What do you mean? Well, your sister's wedding last week. You got sick the day before and got hospitalized, so you couldn't attend. How are you feeling? Have you been discharged from the hospital? I was in the hospital? Yes, my cousin was invited and that was what she heard. Oh, your cousin was invited. I see. So that's how she explained it. No? I haven't been sick. Of course I was not in the hospital. Huh? Wait a minute. What do you mean? I've talked about how I don't get along with my family, haven't I? Of course. I remember. I thought you had reconciled. Reconciled? She said that at the wedding? My cousin told me about this. Your sister said it was a shame that you couldn't come to the wedding after you and her reconciled. I see. She's been lying all over the place. Was it a lie that you were in the hospital and you two reconciled? It's all a lie. Actually, I heard that the wedding was a week late the day before yesterday. Huh? The date on the invitation card was different for me. When I went to the ceremony, no one was there. My sister set me up. What? That's harassment. Well, it's just the kind of prank she'd pull. The invitations that I got, not only the date, but the groom's name was changed. What? Why would she do that? My sister seems to have mistaken the groom for someone who used to be my fiancé. Huh? Even though I told her I didn't have a fiancé, she won't listen to me at all. I don't know if she's just elated because she thinks she married my fiancé, but the messages she sends me are so annoying. When I ask her the name of the groom, she gets so amused and doesn't even tell me. What do you mean? She says she's afraid I'll get jealous and do something to him. There's no way I can be jealous when I don't have a partner. But the fact that my sister is so convinced that he's my fiancé, he must be related to me in some way. That's why I contacted you. I see. Can you ask your cousin the groom's name? Okay, I'll call her right now and ask her. Hold on a second. I'll get back to you soon. Please do. Janet, I got the groom's name. His name is Bob. Do you know him? Oh, I see. So, you do know him. How do you know him? Well, I'll tell you all about it when things have settled down. Okay, I understand. Thanks for the information. Janet? What's this all about? You shouldn't have gone this far just because you were dumped by your fiancé. Oh, Susan, what's wrong? Don't play dumb. You sent me a content-certified mail. What were you thinking? Demanding alimony from your own sister? It's going to cost a lot to start our life. Well, you did something that cost you alimony. You'll just have to pay for it. I don't want to. I won't pay you a penny. It wasn't me who demanded it. Huh? What are you talking about? The sender's name is you. Take a good look at the envelope. What? That's the same name, but it's not me. The last name is different, isn't it? That's right. Wait a minute. Who is she? She's the woman who was mistaken for me by Bob. Huh? We were in the same hobby club and became friends, having the same name and the same age. He was also a member of the same club. He approached her thinking she was running a company and was rich. But I'm the one who runs the company. Huh? You are a company owner? I didn't hear anything about that. I thought you became a regular company employee after graduating from college. I started a business with a friend a few years ago. You're kidding. Mom and Dad never said anything about you starting a business. We've been estranged for so long. I just never got a chance to tell you guys. Anyway, he mistook the other Janet who looked like a successful beauty, so he aggressively pursued her, and they ended up going out. But after they got engaged, he realized that he had been mistaken and dumped her. What? I heard that he was always asking her money. She loved him and wanted to marry him, so she was giving him whatever he wanted her to. But when she found out his true nature, She was furious. I'm sure he made his move on me right after that, but seeing what happened to the other Janet, I dumped him right away. At that time, she was getting ready to file a claim against him for breaking off the engagement. That bastard ran away. You can't mean he ran away? I don't know how it happened, but when he found out that my parents were also running a company, Dad's property was targeted. He set his sights on you, who he knew would fall for him if he claimed to be my fiancé, and married you. Oh no! So he was after money after all? Yes. That's terrible! He was praising me a lot, saying he fell in love at first sight, me being a beautiful woman. You should check on the family's property situation as soon as possible. Huh? It would be a disaster if he had his hands on it. No way! That's the worst! Could it be... I told my dad and asked him to check. He said $200,000 is missing. I knew it. Janet, what should I do? I married a bad man. Looks like it, but you chose him. You like him, don't you? I mean, I wouldn't have married him if he wasn't your fiancé. He's good looking, but he doesn't have a real job. I had no idea he was such a piece of shit. I'm sorry to hear that. If you didn't fake the groom's name on the wedding invitation, I would have known about it earlier. Ugh! Well, you asked for it. Stop saying that and help us. Why? What? You haven't forgotten, have you? You and our parents kicked me out of the house. Oh. I don't know if you wanted to keep their love to yourself even after you grew up. Or maybe you just wanted to harass me. You always insulted me and you convinced them to kick me out of the house. That's because you were in the way. In the way? You were ugly, but you always got good grades and you were very competent. I couldn't stand the fact that Mom and Dad's attention was shifted to you. Unlike you, I didn't do a good job. I'm a freelancer after all. I was so annoyed. You didn't study when you were in school. You just hung out. Shut up! Unlike you, I'm beautiful. I was so busy dealing with all kinds of people asking me out. I didn't have time to study. Really? But wasn't it strange that you were taking it out on me? Do you remember what you all said to me when I got kicked out? You're not family. Our daughter is just our sweet Susan. I won't help you no matter what. You ugly bitch, go live on your own. Don't ever come home. Do you think I want to help someone who said those things to me? You don't have to bring it up again. Do you know how I felt when my family left me out? I'm sorry for what I did back then. Your own sister is in trouble right now because she's being sued for alimony. You should help your sister. Don't you know the word help each other? I don't remember being helped. Don't say that. Help me. Why should I help you? We're family, right? I was kicked out of the house because you all said we weren't family. Janet, do something about this. Don't be so cocky, you ugly bitch. It's amazing you can come up with that line in this situation. Oh, no. You're the one with the most money in our family right now. Don't include me in our family. Help me. You run a company, right, Janet? Please give me some money. You looked down on me for so long and now you're asking me for money? You're shameless. Then lend me some money. I'll pay you back. Bye. I'm blocking you now. Janet! I cut her off, so I've only heard rumors about what happened after that. my sister and Bob scraped together what little savings they had, and they paid the other Janet alimony. This is the end of the story for the other Janet. But the most serious problems are probably my parents and sister. Bob is actually in debt, and as soon as he married my sister, he apparently put $200,000 of my parents' money toward paying off the debt. My father was furious and something bad happened. More than 90% of his employees quit. My father had always had a bad reputation among his employees, and the fact that my parents had been harassing me with my sister came to light. The employees got fed up and left. My father's company stopped functioning and soon went bankrupt. Now, a battle has started between Bob, who wants to quickly divorce and leave, and my parents plus sister, who are screaming for the money to be returned. A life of extreme poverty has ensued, and I told my sister that I had no desire to get married, but I started going out with a man I met through work. He proposed to me the other day. I have no intention of informing my parents or sister that I'm getting married. We are planning to hold a wedding party soon, inviting only our closest friends.
Hey Mia, long time no see. Hi Sabina, it's been a while. Listen, but don't freak out, okay? Sure, what's up? So, you bought a house, right? It's a brand new one. I heard it from Miranda. No way. From Mom? I specifically told her not to tell anyone. Why keep it a secret? It's good news. No need to hide it, right? Well, maybe it would have been better to keep it hidden, though. We've decided we're going to take it from you. Yay! You know, all these years of renting, it's finally paying off. It was worth the wait. Are you crazy? What makes you think I would give it up? Because you're still single and all. Buying real estate is a bit arrogant, don't you think? It's not any of your business, is it? It's a convenient location, and even if I do get married, the two of us can still live there. Or I could sell or rent it out, you know. Sure, I'm single, but I've always thought paying rent indefinitely is kind of a waste. Hence, I bought a house. I get that, but really? A 3-bedroom is way too big, don't you think? If you get a boyfriend now and he finds out you're living in such a house, he might be intimidated. Is that what you want? Again, it's none of your business. Please, just leave it. I can't just leave it. A perpetually single sister-in-law is a cause for concern, you know. So we've decided to take it from you. It's for your own good, okay? I mean, seriously, a 1-bedroom would be fine, but a single woman in a 3-bedroom is too luxurious. Not only that, it's a beautiful house in a prime location. Way too extravagant for you. Wait, do you already know the location? I did tell Mom that I bought a house, but I didn't tell her the details or the address. I haven't even told Brian, so how do you know? Well, it was easy to find out once I started digging. Don't underestimate my network, okay? I did go inside the house and saw that not just the size, but even the interior is family friendly. I burst out laughing, you know. What? You went inside? How did you get in? I had no idea you wanted to get married that badly. Well, you're in your 30s now, so it's not unreasonable to feel a bit rushed. It's hilarious. Please, answer my question. How did you manage to get inside? I'm away on a business trip right now. It's totally wrong to barge into my house without permission, you know? Just popping by for a bit is fine, isn't it? We're family after all. No freaking way. Even family members have privacy. Entering someone's house without permission while they're away? What you're doing is a crime. Drama queen. Anyway, that house is gonna be mine from today.
What are you talking about? That's not gonna happen. Why should I give my newly purchased house to you?
Because I want it. Duh.
Anyway, how did you find out the location? I only told Mom about the purchase in the nearest station.
Oh, it's easy peasy. I knew there were lots of new houses being built around there. It's a developing residential area, you know.
Yeah, but...
So, I went to check out in person and look for your house.
Huh?
And then, I found it right away.
You're saying you found it without any info? Just by going there in person?
Yep, I knew the name of the complex, so it was easy. Even if it's a developing area, new constructions are limited, you know.
How did you figure out it was my house?
That's obvious, isn't it? Your front porch decoration is screaming your name. Anyone who knows you well can tell it's your house.
But I don't have a porch?
Quit lying. You're just desperate not to lose your new house. It's so obvious, you know.
Okay, so you found out where I live, but how did you get inside? I'm pretty sure I locked up properly when I left.
Well, there was this one window that was open. You might have thought you closed it up, but you're so sloppy.
A window?
Yep. Even burglars check windows first. If it was really a burglar, you'd be in big trouble now. You gotta be careful. Oh yeah, I remembered something. Your taste is seriously bad. The furniture you had there was so tacky, I couldn't believe it.
I've been feeling like something's off, but now I'm sure. Listen, Sabina, that's not my house. I haven't even bought furniture for the new place.
Why do you keep coming up with lame lies? Regardless of whatever lies you throw at me, we've decided we're gonna live there. I'll just get rid of that tacky furniture.
Seriously, take my advice and give up your crazy idea. I'm saying this for your own good. If you keep this up, you might get into serious trouble. Are you okay with that?
What are you talking about? You're embarrassing yourself, you know. I found a key inside the house, so I had a spare made.
I'm telling you, that isn't mine. I think you're misunderstanding something. Please, don't sell the furniture or anything like that. Don't rush.
Oh, come on. You're so persistent. I get it. You don't want to let go of it. But seriously, it's a waste for you to live alone in such a beautiful and spacious house. There's even a big yard, and I'm thinking of growing veggies there. Think of it as for the sake of your only brother and kindly agree to give it up. Okay? No problem, isn't it? Please. Well, if that's settled, I've got a lot on my plate, so see ya.
Wait, Sabina? My name is Mia Reynolds. My brother's wife, Sabina, is beautiful, and my brother, Ryan, is head over heels for her. But from my perspective, I don't see what's so great about her. I mean, sure, she's lively and fun, but on the flip side, she's pretty self-centered and doesn't listen to anyone else's opinions. To be honest, I've never really clicked with her, but I never imagined she'd go this far and be so selfish. Sure, I indeed bought a property just like she says, but it's not the kind of house she described, with windows that can be easily broken into, tacky furniture, or a big yard. It seems like she's mistaken someone else's house for mine. I've told her multiple times that it isn't mine, but she just won't listen. If she keeps going like this unchecked, it might end up being irreversible. Since it's clear she won't listen to me, I'm thinking of asking Ryan to talk to her. Well, like I said earlier, he's head over heels for her, so I can't expect too much. Hey, Ryan, have you heard anything about moving from Sabina?
What's up, Mia, all of a sudden?
I know about the move, of course.
What? You do? Then why don't you stop her?
Hey, what's wrong with you? Why would I need to stop her? We're moving as planned, you know?
Why though? Have you lost your mind too? She's trying to squat in a stranger's house. You gotta stop her.
You're the one losing your mind. What do you mean by squat? We're receiving it as a gift. Don't talk nonsense.
A gift? Who exactly gave it to you?
Her older sister.
She has an older sister? I had no idea. So, what do you mean by receiving it as a gift?
Apparently, she's a really busy person, currently traveling abroad and stuff. I've never even met her, but she's like a big shot career woman, you know? She's supposedly making a ton of money. So her income is insane, and she decided to buy Sabina a brand new house.
What? Even if she's making a lot, does it really make sense to you?
It's amazing, right? There are people out there raking in that much dough. I'm really grateful. But you know, I can understand how she feels.
What do you mean?
Sabina's just so stunning, and you just want to do anything for her, you know? I bet her sister feels the same way as I do.
Uh-huh.
Having such a beautiful wife and even getting a brand new house. I'm so darn happy, it's crazy. Hey, you should seriously consider getting married too, you know. Being alone must be lonely.
Mind your own business. Listen, I hate to burst your bubble, but that house is mine.
What are you talking about? I get it, you're jealous, but I'm not giving it up, okay?
It's not about that. What I'm saying is true. Believe me, will you? Technically, it's not my house. It's more like someone else's house that she thinks is mine.
What's gotten into you? Stop talking nonsense.
Basically, she's trying to take over the house I just bought. Just the house she mistakenly thinks is mine belongs to a total stranger. She sounded so eager to rush over there. She might end up getting arrested. You need to stop her.
Cut it out, will you? Do you dislike her or something? Stop saying such nonsensical things. Besides, you buying a house is a joke, right? You never mentioned a word about it, and aren't you still single?
Why won't you believe me?
Believing such nonsense would be crazy. Why are you so desperate to stop us from moving? It's useless to try.
But...
Well, we're planning to move by the end of this week.
Huh? That soon?
You see, I'm actually on a long business trip for about 2 weeks. I won't be able to come back this week either. So I told Sabina we should wait until I get back. But she just won't listen and insists on moving this week. If she's that excited about it, I figured it's fine even if I'm not there.
So, you won't be coming back for a while? You won't help with the move?
That's what I said. Honestly, I don't like leaving her to do it all alone, but if that's what she wants, there's nothing I can do about it.
Phew, that's good then. I absolutely wouldn't want you to become a criminal, but if it's just her alone, I won't intervene. It's none of my business.
Hey, what do you mean by criminal? Even though you're my sister, I won't allow you to talk about her like that.
You're usually so responsible, but how come you can't see clearly when it comes to her?
I love her that much. Even now, I'm constantly thinking about coming back to see her. What's wrong with that?
I see. You love her that much. In that case, I won't say anything more.
Hey, don't resent her just because you're jealous.
Jeez, you better ease up. Seems like it's pointless to say anything to you. You only see her the way you want. I'm done. Whatever happens, don't come crying to me.
Mia, what on earth is going on?
What now, Sabina?
You know, I've been busy with the move since this morning. And just now, I finally got a moment to relax on the couch with a cup of coffee after the movers left. Then suddenly, some strangers walked in and started screaming when they saw me. I'm the one who should be screaming, you know. And to top it off, they're threatening to call the cops.
Who the heck are they? I don't know. I can't believe you moved in there.
Of course. I always follow through on my plans.
Forget that. Who are those people?
I bet you sent them here because you don't want to give up the house, right? And that's pointless. I'm definitely taking this house from you and living in it. If you can't accept it, try kicking me out.
I haven't done anything, and you can't live there, Sabina.
Why not? If you say you haven't done anything, then who are they?
Again, I don't know.
Stop playing dumb.
That's not the house I bought. It must belong to the family you just saw, not me. It's trespassing, so it's normal for them to call the police, right?
No way. Is that true? Am I trespassing?
I've told you many times before that it's not my house. You just didn't want to listen to what I said.
But what should I do then? Whose house is this? I'm locked in the bathroom right now, too scared to go out.
Never met them, so I don't know them either. But I guess they have the same taste as me, right?
See, you do know them after all. I remember seeing the same doormat and plants on a porch at your previous house.
Sabina, sorry to be blunt, but are you a moron?
What? You're so rude. How dare you call me a moron?
You heard from Mom that I bought a house, and you went looking for new houses that may be decorated to my taste, right?
Yeah, so?
How reckless and meaningless do you think that is? You're just assuming that the house you randomly found and decorated similar to my style is mine. It's ridiculous. I find it insane.
So, is this really not your house?
It's 100% no.
How can you be so sure?
The place you're in is a standalone with a yard, right? What I bought is an apartment on a high-rise. There's no way to break in through the window. I thought you'd end up being a criminal if I didn't stop you, so I tried many times. But you just didn't listen to me. I never thought you'd actually move. You threw away the furniture, huh? That's not just trespassing, it's vandalism too. It's a serious offense, you know.
Oh no, I didn't know. I thought it was your house. It's not my fault.
Are you serious? Let me be clear. Even if you had broken into my house, which you didn't, the result would have been the same. I would have reported you.
Why is this happening? Don't just blame me for everything. Ryan's just as guilty, you know. Are you okay with him being treated like a criminal? Of course not, right? Then help us out.
I can't help a criminal. Besides, he hasn't even stepped foot in that house, so he's not guilty.
Why not? He agreed to it too. I just handled the actual move.
Listen, I heard something from him.
What?
You lied to him, saying that it was a gift from your sister. He got deceived by you, so he's actually the victim.
But even so, he's head over heels for me, so he'll definitely sort this out.
Pretty confident, huh? Well, sorry to disappoint, but he says he's divorcing you.
There's no way that's true. He would never leave my side no matter what. He wouldn't betray me.
You're probably right if it was before today. You were the one who betrayed him first.
What are you talking about?
I know you've been cheating on him. You've been playing around with guys since before the marriage. I told him about the lies and the cheating.
Yeah, right. I never cheated. Stop making things up.
I'm not. It's the result of a proper investigation.
Investigation? Who are you?
I guess you haven't heard, huh? I'm a lawyer.
A lawyer? I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me? Can lawyers dig up stuff like that?
It was a private detective who did the digging. We often work together, so I asked for his help. I had told Ryan to keep my occupation secret. I wanted to avoid being seen as uptight or being treated differently because of what I do.
Okay, I admit I've cheated before. But I'm truly sorry now, and I've been faithful.
Don't underestimate the detective. There are recent photos too, you know. Going in and out of hotels with other men, kissing on the street, that sort of thing.
Oh no. I won't do it again, I promise. So please, don't tell Ryan.
It's too late for that. Didn't I say earlier that I already told him? He deeply loves you, you know. So if I just told him about it, I don't think he believed me. He had no choice but to believe the detective's report, whether he wanted to or not. He says he's divorcing you.
That can't be. He'd forgive me no matter what.
Unfortunately, that's not the case. He doesn't even want to see your face anymore.
No way.
He can't forgive your betrayal because you crushed his heart. His message to you is to communicate through me, his lawyer.
I don't want a divorce. Please, can't you do something?
I doubt it. There's nothing I can do about the divorce. But more importantly, do you understand the current situation?
Oh, right.
If a stranger is holed up in my bathroom, I wouldn't just stay quiet if I were the owner, you know.
Oh no. I hear the sirens. Looks like the police are here. What am I going to do?
You need to take responsibility and face the consequences. I guess the police will take care of things from now on, so I'll excuse myself.
Wait, Mia! Don't leave me. Help me, Mia!
I heard Sabina was taken away by the police and questioned. She escaped being locked up but was charged for the damages. Of course, Ryan filed for a divorce. He said he finally woke up after this incident. He apologized to me for not believing me. Sabina has ended up with a hefty amount of fine. She's been working tirelessly from morning till night, barely having any money left for herself, and living a very modest life. The other day, I happened to see her on the street. Her once proud beauty was nowhere to be seen, and she gained weight, maybe from the stress, which made me worried about her health. As for me, I'm enjoying living in the luxury apartment I fell in love with. Ryan seems to be lonely, so he's actively dating. And I've started going out with someone I met through work. It feels like a bright future is waiting for us siblings.
Janet, I heard you gave birth yesterday. Bob told me.
That's right, Susan. I'm sorry it took me so long to call. My water broke before my due date. I rushed to the hospital, and the birth was a bit of a mess.
I don't mind that. I hear the baby is a girl.
Yes, a girl. She's a healthy girl, just like Bob.
Huh. How can you tell who she looks like? She's a newborn.
Well, she really does look like him. Please, come and see her sometime.
What? Who's going to see her?
Oh no. Susan, aren't you happy about the birth of your grandchild?
Because it's a girl, right?
What's wrong with our baby being a girl?
You're dumb, aren't you? Did you think I'd be unconditionally happy just because a grandchild was born?
No,
Janet, don't you have something to say to me?
What is there to say?
An apology. An apology.
Huh?
I'm sorry I gave birth to a girl. You should apologize to me, my husband and Bob.
Why should I apologize? Boy or girl, they're your grandchildren. They're important members of your family.
Family? Are you joking?
What?
I think you already know. The baby you've given birth to is our first grandchild. The first grandchild must be a boy.
I've never heard that before.
Listen, Janet. My family has been running a company for generations. The eldest son is supposed to take over. Bob is the eldest son. I need you, his wife, to give birth to a boy.
But In this day and age, there are many female presidents. I don't think the eldest son has to be the president.
Are you challenging your mother-in-law?
I'm not trying to.
Let me tell you clearly. You're an unfit wife if you can only give birth to a girl. When you're discharged from hospital, I want you to go back to your parents' house. Don't ever cross our household again.
Huh? Does that mean I should divorce Bob?
That's right.
No matter how much you want it, isn't that terrible?
Well, your most important role as a wife is to give birth to a boy. If you can't fulfill your duties as a wife, you'll have to divorce.
You're being too extreme.
Janet, look at reality. You'll be 40 soon. Maybe you think you can have a boy next time. Even if you start trying for a baby now, it's probably impossible to have a second child.
That doesn't mean...
Well, it's just after the birth. We can talk about divorce when you get out of the hospital.
Please, don't go ahead with the conversation on your own. I don't think even Bob would agree to this. He said he doesn't mind whether it's a boy or a girl, as long as they're born safe.
How can that be Bob's true feelings? He's a kind boy. He was just trying to be nice. I'm sure he really wanted a boy. He must be deeply disappointed that it was a girl who was born.
No, Bob isn't like that.
You don't know anything about Bob, do you?
Huh?
Bob has loved football since he was a kid. When he becomes a father, he dreams of playing football with his children. He once told me about it.
I see. But girls can play football too, right?
Don't come at me all the time. You really aren't very nice at all, are you?
Huh?
Actually, I've been looking for his next wife, anticipating this.
What?
The truth is, I was against you getting married to Bob. I wanted a younger, honest, and lovely wife for him. Bob married a woman 5 years older than him. Even so, since Bob insisted on marrying you, I allowed it. After all, an older wife is no good. She won't listen to her mother-in-law, and it's hard to get pregnant. And when she finally had a baby, it was a girl. I'm going to get rid of a cocky, useless wife like you. I'm going to find a girl who's younger than Bob and still capable of having children.
That's something you decided on your own, isn't it?
Well, I haven't told Bob yet. I'm sure he'll be happy. Bob would prefer a younger wife, of course.
I don't think so.
Oh, God. It's so annoying how you argue with me every time. Anyway, we don't want a wife in our family who can only give birth to a girl. You should know your place and let Bob go.
I'm sorry. Can I be excused now?
Huh?
Talking to you is stressing me out and it's making my milk supply worse.
Oh, God. That's a terrible thing to say. I can't believe you treat your mother-in-law like she's a bad person. That's why he shouldn't have married an older woman. I knew I had to get you and Bob to divorce right now.
Janet, how are you feeling? How's the baby? I'm heading to the hospital as soon as I finish work today.
Thanks, Bob. Me and the baby are fine, but...
What's wrong?
I got a text from Susan this morning.
What could it be? Did she say something terrible to you?
Yeah.
What? I told her not to mess with you right after you gave birth. I thought I had warned her. I'm sorry for her always bothering you. What did she say this time?
She told me to apologize.
Huh? Why should you apologize?
Because I gave birth to a girl instead of a boy, even though she's decided that her first grandchild will be a grandson, she said.
No. I've never heard of a rule that says the first grandchild must be a boy.
I can only give birth to a girl. I'm an unfit wife, so she also wants us to divorce.
Divorce?
You're the eldest son and will take over the company. She wants me to have a boy. She's looking for your next wife, too.
What? What's that?
She says it's better for you to have a younger wife. She said that Bob thinks so, too.
Give me a break. I don't have the slightest intention of divorcing you. I don't even care about the gender of the baby.
I see. Then I'm glad.
Come on, there's no way I'm going to do what she wants.
I knew that, but maybe it's because I'm mentally unstable after giving birth. But when Susan told me so strongly, I got really worried. But since you said it clearly in your own words, I felt relieved.
Yeah, I'm going to protect you and our daughter as a husband and father from now on. I will never divorce for that reasons like Mom insists.
Thank you, Bob.
Speaking of which, you're leaving hospital next Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We should be ready to welcome the baby home by then.
Right, yeah. It's just...
What? What's wrong?
Susan told me to go to my parents' house after I'm discharged. To be honest, I don't want to see her for a while, until I'm feeling better. I thought maybe I shouldn't go home until I'm feeling better.
You're right. Mom even asked for a divorce.
It's like she wanted a male grandchild so badly. I'm really worried about what she might do to our kid.
Right. Well, I'll talk to Dad about it.
I'd appreciate that. But I wonder if your father would be disappointed that his grandchild is a girl.
I don't think so. Unlike her, Dad doesn't seem to be obsessed with the gender of his grandchildren. As for my mother's snubbing of you, it seems to bother him a lot. I'm sure he'd be happy to talk to me about it.
Okay.
I'll stop by the hospital in the evening.
Okay, I'll wait for you.
Janet, I heard that today's the day you're discharged from hospital.
Yes, it is.
I'm telling you, you don't have to come back to our house.
What do you mean?
Oh, I told you before, didn't I? You and Bob are getting a divorce. I've sent all your stuff to your parents' house.
Oh, to my parents' house?
That's right. Bob is getting a new wife now. We can't keep his ex-wife's stuff forever, can we?
Huh? So I should just go back to my parents' house?
Yes, you can. Yes. But as you'd expect, I'd feel sorry for you if I kicked you out for free. I'll pay you alimony.
Huh? Alimony?
How about $150,000?
Huh? That much?
In exchange, promise me you'll never come near Bob again. Well, maybe it's too high. But if we can have a clean breakup with his useless wife for $150,000, it's a small price to pay.
Does your husband know about the alimony?
I haven't told him yet, but I'm sure he'd say he doesn't want a daughter-in-law who can only give birth to girls. I'll give you $150,000 in alimony, then divorce my son as soon as possible.
I'm glad. Thank you very much.
What?
You've helped me a lot.
Huh? Are you so happy to get compensation?
No, I can't receive money like $150,000.
Then what's so helpful?
That you packed my bags. I thought it'd be hard to organize things with a newborn. Thank you for your kindness.
Janet, do you understand?
Understand what?
You're happy to go to your parents?
Of course.
You know, you're divorcing Bob. You'll have to raise the kid by yourself from now on. It's not something you should be happy about.
Oh, about that. I heard that Bob wants to talk to you.
Oh, Bob?
Yes, he's going to call you now.
Wait a minute. Isn't Bob at work?
Well then, excuse me.
Janet, wait.
Just as I predicted. I thought you'd text me on the day Janet left the hospital.
Hey, Bob. Where are you now? You're supposed to be at work. Don't tell me you're at the hospital with Janet.
That's right. I took a day off today and came to pick up Janet.
Huh? Why do you have to pick up Janet? You guys are getting divorced soon.
I know.
Then why are you... You're not a couple anymore. Why don't you let your parents pick up Janet?
You know what, Mom? Who decided that the first grandchild in our family has to be a boy?
What?
I've never heard of a rule that the eldest son takes over the company. Was it in the work regulations?
That's...
It's all something you came up with on your own, isn't it?
Well, you must be disappointed that Janet gave birth to a girl, right? If the eldest son didn't have a son and didn't have an heir, and the company would go out of business.
I don't care about gender at all. Dad doesn't think the next president of the company has to be the eldest son.
That's a lie. In fact, you're supposed to succeed your father as the next president. Then who will be the next president after you? Your eldest son must be the next president.
About that, I've decided not to be the president.
What?
I'm going to work for Dad's company, but it doesn't mean I'm still going to be the president. He's never been a big fan of hereditary either.
I won't allow such a thing.
It's not a question of whether you'll allow it or not. It's just a coincidence that the eldest sons have taken over the company. Dad himself doesn't think that the next president has to be the eldest son. He said he thinks a woman is fine, as long as she's capable.
No. It's impossible for a woman to be the president. That's exactly what would destroy the company.
That's your prejudice. Times are different now. And you know, this is a medical thing, but the gender of the baby is determined by the father.
Really?
So it's wrong to blame Janet for having a girl. The idea that it's okay to have a boy and not okay to have a girl is in itself an anachronism. It's extremely old-fashioned.
Bob, you said earlier that you won't become president. Are you planning to quit your father's company?
I'm quitting.
Your father won't allow you to do that.
I've already told Dad.
What?
Don't worry. I've already found a new job.
Where are you going to work?
A company owned by one of Janet's relatives.
Huh? Janet's relative?
Yeah. Janet's uncle is the president. One of his employees had just left, and they were short-staffed. He approached me.
Wait a minute. You're divorcing Janet, aren't you? That's crazy. I can't believe you're working for your ex-wife's relative's company.
I've decided to remarry Janet.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm getting a divorce, just like you said. Let me remarry and do what I want.
But you're going to marry your ex-wife again? Why would you do something so pointless?
I've decided to remarry and take Janet's surname.
What?
I really didn't want to get divorced, but to change my surname is unavoidable, isn't it? Well, would it be just a divorce and a remarriage on paper?
Don't be silly. You're the eldest son in our family.
That's why I decided to change my surname.
Huh?
As long as I keep my family surname, you'll never get out of the outdated way of thinking, will you? You probably won't stop picking on my wife until you die. So I should just change my surname and leave. Maybe that'll wake you up.
Oh no, that's not good. Your new wife is coming to our house soon.
You know what? That's just another thing you decided on your own, isn't it? Our neighbors are talking about you. You've been talking to every young woman you can find, asking them to marry me.
But we're a famous family that's run a company for generations. If I asked them to marry you, of course everyone would be happy.
Everyone is annoyed.
What?
Yesterday, when you were at home, we received a complaint. Your mother is pestering my daughter, she said. I know she's joking, but can't you do something about it? I apologized to her. I'm embarrassed. Please, don't bother everyone again.
I see. I thought they were just being reserved.
Well, I'm taking Janet and my little girl to the place we're moving to.
Moving? I thought she was going back to her parents' house.
She thought about going back to her hometown, but decided not to. Janet's mother works too, so she's busy. She'll just pick up her stuff, but she won't live with her parents.
Then tell me where your new home is.
I won't.
Why not?
It's my job to protect my wife and kids from danger.
What's that? Are you saying I'd harm Janet or my grandchild?
You've been badgering Janet a lot in the past. Just to be safe, I'll keep her away from you.
Why don't you let me see my grandchild at least once?
How can you say that? When my daughter was born, you didn't come to see her because she's a girl.
Wait,
I don't want the $150,000 in alimony you said you'd pay Janet.
what?
You were going to borrow money to pay it without telling Dad, weren't you? Janet doesn't seem to have any intention of accepting it from the start either. Well then, goodbye.
Bob, wait!
I didn't have any contact with my mother-in-law after that. According to my husband, she divorced my father-in-law and now lives alone. My father-in-law had always had a problem with my mother-in-law's insane behavior. She tried to get Bob to divorce me because I gave birth to a girl. She also tried to get Bob to remarry with a neighbor's daughter without permission and did other crazy things. Finally, he gave up on her. Now, my mother-in-law has reflected on her own behavior, and she's trying to get my father-in-law to get back together with her. My father-in-law is very angry and has no intention of forgiving her. My mother-in-law will probably spend the rest of her life alone. My husband's brother, her second son, has also always avoided her and hasn't seen her in years. As for me, I live happily with my husband and my daughter. I'm having a hard time raising her because I'm a first-time mother. My father-in-law sometimes comes to visit me and takes care of her. I am very grateful for that. Honey, didn't you say you'd be home early today? Did you suddenly get overtime?
Oh, hey. I'm having so much fun that I totally forgot to text you.
What do you mean?
I'm at a gentleman's club right now with some coworkers.
A gentleman's club?
Just so you know, it's not like I'm cheating or anything, okay? This is just a normal part of work socializing, though I guess you wouldn't get that.
It's not like I don't understand. If it's for work, I get that it's somewhat unavoidable. Just don't go overboard, okay? Don't spend too much money either.
Jeez, you're so uptight. Don't you get that constantly talking about money brings down the mood?
But remember that time you got wasted at a strip club and ended up spending a few thousand in one night?
That was a long time ago. Look, I know I messed up back then, so stop bringing up the past all the time. Seriously, it's totally bumming me out.
Sorry.
Oh, look. Candy, the top girl from the club, finally showed up.
What?
Unlike you, she's actually stunning and caring. The best.
Wait, what? Sounds like you've been there often.
Shut up. I'm not gonna respond anymore. Stop bothering me.
Can you at least tell me what time you'll be back?
How would I know that? I'm trying to have a good time with my coworkers here, and all you do is ruin it with your nagging. Seriously, you're such a buzzkill, always worrying about money.
Buzzkill?
I'm muting notifications now. Later.
Honey? Seriously, you're already home, right? You're not still out with your coworkers just because today's your day off, right? I had stuff to do this morning, so I left early. But you weren't even back yet. What the heck are you thinking?
Seriously, you're annoying. Who do you think you are? We're practically strangers at this point. I don't need to tell a stranger like you what time I'll be back, do I?
What are you talking about?
It means exactly what it sounds like. Haha. We're getting divorced.
Huh?
Actually, before I went out with my coworkers, I went to the county clerk's office and submitted the divorce papers.
Divorce papers?
You probably didn't notice 'cause you're slow, but I've been talking to the attorney. One of my coworkers I went out with is a divorcee and referred me to him.
I'm not asking about that. I didn't sign any papers, did I?
I know. I signed for both of us. Hahaha.
Wait a sec. That's illegal. Do you understand that? Didn't your coworker with a divorce experience tell you that signing on someone's behalf is a crime?
A crime? That's way too dramatic.
No, seriously. It could lead to jail time, you know.
Are you kidding? It was my idea. My coworker doesn't know. Seriously, no way. You're just being overdramatic. I want a divorce from you, so I filed the papers. What's wrong with being honest about my feelings? If anything, it's a good thing. There's no way it would lead to jail time.
I'm starting to get a headache. Can't you stop being so conveniently delusional? Talking to you is exhausting.
Jeez, don't act all high and mighty. Seriously, who do you think you are?
Whatever. You're not gonna change anyway. I've been considering divorcing you for a while now.
There it is. Can't stand to lose, huh? I mean, your pride is off the charts. You're shocked about me wanting a divorce, but claiming you've been considering it too? It's so obvious it's a lie.
It's not a lie. It's the truth. Honestly, I've been regretting marrying such an idiot like you. You hid your true self until we got married. As soon as we tied the knot, it came out, and I've been thinking about divorce ever since.
Oh yeah, sure. Nice way to save face.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead.
Why do I have to be labeled as an idiot by you? It pisses me off. Whatever. It seems like you're consenting to the divorce anyway. I'll turn a blind eye to the details. I'm such a decent guy. So the divorce is decided between us now. Pack your bags and get out ASAP. Got it?
Why do I have to leave?
God, isn't it obvious? We're splitting now, you know? Just get out already. Well, I'm not going to be unreasonable and demand you to leave today. You should be grateful. I'll give you until tomorrow. That's plenty of time, right? Get your stuff packed up and out of the apartment by tomorrow. Got it?
I'm asking why I have to move out. You're the one who brought up divorce, right? Then why don't you just leave?
I like that apartment, you know? Because you're so irritating, we're ending up divorced. So obviously, it's you who should leave, right?
It's you who's pushing for a split.
Shut up. This is settled. Out by tomorrow. Got it? If I see any of your stuff there tomorrow night, I'm throwing it all out. I'll even change the locks so you can't get back in.
Why do you have to be so extreme? You're being way too selfish.
Just get out. What I decide is final. Got it?
Fine. I'll leave, okay?
Jeez, finally.
I can finally get rid of a selfish jerk like you. So yeah, I'm out of here.
Darn you. You always say one word too many. Considering I married a penniless and gloomy person like you, you should be grateful. But you act all high and mighty every single day thinking you're so great. Who do you think you are to talk like that when I'm the one providing for you?
Jeez, I've never acted all high and mighty. Besides, I work full-time too, so what do you mean by providing for me?
See? That's what I'm talking about. You always talk big. You have the nerve to act all cocky even though you make less than me. Once I divorce you, you'll definitely struggle to keep afloat. I won't help you out no matter what.
It's pretty impressive how you can be so delusional in a way.
Anyway, you better be out by tomorrow night. Understood?
Got it.
Hey Kim, it's been a while. Has it really been 2 years already? Time flies, huh? Hey, reply to me. I can see the double ticks, so I know you're reading my messages, you know?
What do you want?
God, you're being way too cold to your ex-husband. Obviously, I'm contacting you for a reason. I'm glad your number hasn't changed.
Steven? Long time no see. I didn't expect you to reach out, so I've just forgotten to block you. So what do you want?
You haven't changed a bit. Well, forget about that. More importantly, I found out your huge secret. So I thought maybe we could get back together.
What secret? And what do you mean by getting back together?
You're probably still hung up on me, right? Still single and all? Considering your age, there's no way you've found a guy who'd take you. So me being kind-hearted, I'm offering to take you back. Aren't you happy? Show some gratitude.
What's gotten into you? What secret are you talking about? And how does that relate to anything?
Of course it does. You're actually loaded all along, right? I had no idea. I always thought your family was poor. Your parents always wore shabby clothes and stuff. They didn't seem to go out much either.
I'm calling them shabby? That's just rude. They're not interested in fashion, and they prefer staying at home. That doesn't mean they're poor.
But they always looked poor to me. So I fell for your deception. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Deception? I don't follow.
Your grandpa owned multiple properties, right? He was well known locally and wealthy. And when he recently passed away, you got a huge inheritance, right? I heard it was around 5 million.
Where did you hear such a thing?
There's a guy in my office who's from the same area as your grandpa. Apparently he was close to him and attended the funeral. He said your grandpa was wealthy, kind, and a remarkable person. So I was listening closely and was truly surprised when I found out he was your grandpa.
I see. So you contacted me for my money.
So what if I did? Don't worry, I'll treat you well. Ever since I found out you're loaded, I suddenly find you adorable. So marry me again and have my kid.
Suddenly telling me to have a kid with you? That makes no sense. You never once mentioned wanting kids when we were married.
I suddenly want one. Because if we have a kid together, I'll be the father of an heir to a wealthy family, solidifying my position. Will you have my child?
I gave birth 3 days ago.
What? What are you talking about? How can you have a baby when we haven't even met up yet? Are you so infatuated with me that you dreamt you got pregnant?
You're always conveniently delusional. I got married a year ago. The child is with my new husband.
You've got to be kidding me. That's obviously a lie. You're just trying to make me jealous, aren't you?
Talking to you is just pointless. My husband is right here and he wants to talk to you, so I'm passing him the phone.
Huh? Hi, this is her husband, Robert. Seriously? I'm the one marrying her. Don't get in the way. You're Stephen, right? That's right. You're her ex-husband, and you're the one who filed for divorce, right? So what? She loves me. It's over between you two. That's not the case at all. Marrying you was a mistake. She's been telling me she wished she'd met me sooner. Don't lie to me. I'm not lying. Just put her back on the phone. Why are you intervening out of nowhere? You've heard earlier, right? She just gave birth 3 days ago. She's physically and emotionally exhausted. That's why I'm handling this. And after chatting with you, you seem exactly as she described. There's no point in contacting her in the future. I'll handle everything. What? This is her phone, isn't it? That shouldn't be allowed, right? I have her permission to communicate with you on her behalf. As her husband, of course, I'll protect her from someone trying to cause trouble. Someone trying to cause trouble? Are you kidding me? Who's the one kidding around here? Suddenly reaching out and telling her to have your child isn't something a sane person does. Then tell me where you live. I'll come over and talk to her directly. You're seriously a fool, aren't you? You shouldn't expect me to tell you that. As I said before, she needs to rest. Enough! If you're gonna act like that, know that I've got plans too. Just wait and see. Kim, it's me, Steven. What the heck is going on? Kim, there's something I need to ask you. Please answer the phone. It's you again, Steven. What do you want? Wait, are you... Could it be... This is Robert. It's you again? Put Kim on the phone. I told you before, no matter how many times you contact her, I'll handle it. I know, but there's no way that's acceptable, right? I don't need your approval. So what's the matter? I tried to submit your divorce papers a couple of days ago. Huh? But I was just notified that they weren't accepted. What's going on? We're the ones who wants to know what's going on. We have no intention of getting a divorce. And of course, we didn't fill out any divorce papers. Did you forge our signatures like 2 years ago? Kim didn't press charges, so you got away with it, but what you're doing is a crime. You're not learning anything from what she told you, are you? Are you even listening to me? They weren't accepted. Did you do something? As soon as your divorce was finalized, I was planning to remarry her. It's a good thing I informed the court's office ahead of time, just in case something like this happens. Inform the court's office? It prevents fraudulent divorce or marriage registrations without the person's knowledge. It seems that there are others like you who submit these documents without permission. Since she has considerable assets, I thought there might be some shady characters trying to get close to her for her money. I never thought it would be you again. Jeez, what have you done? You still don't seem to understand your position. What position? As I said before, what you're doing is a crime. If we press charges, you could end up with a criminal record. No way. Press charges? That's an overreaction. You wouldn't do that, would you? It's not an overreaction at all. You're just doing that much. But if you promise not to interfere with us anymore, I won't make a big deal out of it. But that's gonna screw me over. Huh? Please, I'll make sure she and the child are happy. Please, just get a divorce. Come on, there's no way I could grant such a request. I know you're only getting close to her for her money. If you cause any more trouble, I'll seriously file a police report. Please don't. What's wrong with getting close to her for her money? I have a debt of $60,000 right now. I borrowed it from a pretty shady place too. If I don't repay it now, things are gonna get really bad. Think of it as a charity and divorce her. I heard you lacked a part of the brain, but I didn't realize you were this much of a fool. Why did you borrow such a large sum of money? That's none of your business. Why do I have to be labeled as an idiot by you two? Well, you don't have to tell me. Anyways, I have absolutely no intention of divorcing her or giving up custody of our child. Don't contact us ever again. If you try to reach out even once after today, I'll report it to the police immediately. Keep that in mind. Please, at least let me talk to her. There's no need for that. She feels the same way as I do. I won't hesitate to spend money to protect her from you. Whether it's through legal means or whatever it takes, I'm prepared. That's insane. Well, you understand now, right? Just give it up already. You wanted the divorce yourself, so wanting to remarry now is beyond ridiculous. Deal with your own debt issues. Well then, bye. Seriously? Darn it. This isn't how it was supposed to go.
My husband handled everything in my place, which was a huge relief. I had told him all about my ex-husband's insanity, so he decided he didn't want me involved anymore. Marrying a kind and dependable man was the best decision ever. Honestly, I'm not hurting for money, so just to be safe, I hired a private investigator to look into my ex-husband. Turns out, that supposed $60,000 debt he mentioned was casually from blowing it all on his favorite dancer, Candy, at the Gentlemen's Club. I never realized he was that foolish, just like my husband said. He was planning to reconcile with me to somehow pay off that debt. But when his plan failed, he resorted to trying to marry into money through dating sites. That's never gonna work out for him. Since he borrowed money from some pretty shady people, it's only a matter of time before debt collectors come knocking on his door. None of this concerns me, though. After my husband warned him that he'd file a police report if he ever contacted me again, it seems he finally got the message and gave up. Now I can focus on nursing our newborn baby, and every day feels like pure bliss.
Hey, lend me some money. I need $5,000. Huh? What's with that cheeky attitude? Laura? That's right. Long time no see. I wonder if my ugly aunt is still going strong and is as ugly as ever. I'm the same as ever. I'm telling you, I won't lend you any money. I don't know what you're going to spend $5,000 for. It's probably going to be some bullshit again anyway. Huh? Your cute niece is asking for it. What a horrible thing for an ugly aunt to say. Don't call me that. All right, Aunt Lily. Well, okay. I don't mean to be offensive. I'm your aunt, after all. Then I'll call you Aunt Lily. You're so picky about details. You're ugly and you have a bad personality. You're really irredeemable. You should learn from me. I'm cute and have a good personality. Good personality? How can you say that? You haven't forgotten what you did 3 years ago, have you? Huh? What did I do? Stop pretending. Oh, I remember now. Despite being an ugly bitch, you married a handsome man. I took him away from you. I'm glad I wasn't stupid enough to forget that much. But I told you at that time, I'll never forgive you. Don't ever contact me again. Did I? Yes, I did. And now you want me to give you $5,000? Do you think I'm stupid? You're so cold. It's been 3 years. Forget about the past. Your niece is in trouble. Why can't you at least help me? I don't consider you my niece. You took my husband away from me. You may have forgotten, but I'll never forget. I can't help it. It's your fault for letting your guard down. If you don't want to lose your husband, you better make sure to take good care of yourself as a woman. Just because you're married doesn't mean you can afford to be careless. A nice girl like me will take him away from you. Well, I'm grateful to you in a way. Before we had a baby, I found out my ex-husband was a man who would go for a slut like you. I couldn't believe he chose to be with you, even after he found out you like to hire escorts. I was speechless. Don't talk like that. It's natural for a man to choose a pretty girl over an ugly one. It's a miracle that an ugly woman like you was able to marry a handsome husband, even for a moment. Anyway, I won't give you any money. Don't ever contact me again. Goodbye. Oh, wait a minute. You can't abandon me that easily. You don't look like you're in any kind of trouble. You're just saying that you ran out of money to spend on escorts, aren't you? No, that's not it. I'm actually pregnant with a baby. Wow, congratulations. Aren't you surprised? Not really. Whose baby do you think it is? It's my ex-husband Harry's child, isn't it? No, it's not. Harry and I broke up a long time ago. What? You divorced already? It's not that surprising, is it? Divorces are nothing unusual nowadays. It's natural to break up when love cools off. You say cooled off so casually. You stole my husband from me and got married. I thought you loved him. You were foolish enough to steal my husband. You were cut off from all your relatives and even banned from your parents' house. And now you're divorced? Of course I liked Harry at first, but after a year together, I got bored. Bored? When we used to date without your knowing, it was fun and thrilling. But now that everyone knows about our relationship, the thrill is gone. Harry is just an ordinary guy you can find anywhere. To be honest, he was boring to be with. He had a good-looking face, though. But I found a cooler guy. You messed up my family. You're such a bitch. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I treated Harry as disposable. Instead of dumping him, I should have returned him to you. No thanks. I don't even like Harry anymore. So you have a new husband now? I'm not married yet. What? You're okay with having a baby when you're not married? I'm trying to avoid that. I'm thinking I'll have to get registered soon. My boyfriend, who is the father of my baby, he wants to marry me too. So, I want you to give me $5,000 as a congratulatory gift. I refuse. Why should I give money to someone like you? I'm not going to get involved in any congratulatory gifts or weddings or anything like that. I'm ending this thread right now. No. What? Aunt Lily, here's the thing. Huh? Who do you think fathered the child? Your escort, right? No. Escorts are for fun. If I'm going to get married, it has to be with someone who has something more to offer me. I'll give you a hint. It's the guy closest to you. Who's that? Robert! Robert, I stole your husband again. My husband? Robert, your husband, right? Robert is so cool. He's a famous painter. You know, you're doing pretty well for an ugly woman in her 30s, huh? I can't believe you got married to a super handsome artist. But he's too good for you, so I stole him. You know, Robert is not my husband. I see. You poor thing. Huh? You don't want to admit that your niece took your husband. That's why you're trying so hard to distract yourself from reality. He's really not my husband. I don't know what you're getting yourself mixed up in. You're so desperate, it's hilarious. Yes, I wanted to see you flustered like that. That's why I went to all the trouble of taking your husband away from you. What? What do you mean? I hate you so much. My mom is the eldest of 5 sisters. You're her youngest sister, and you're just 6 years older than me. And we were raised like sisters. I've always hated you because you're ugly, but you always had boyfriends, and you're always being pampered by the whole extended family. You're just an old hag after all. They treated me like a little sister and always told me to learn from you. I'm such a pretty girl, but because of your presence, I wasn't adored. It was really painful. To top it all off, all my relatives sided with you. Everyone ganged up on me and kicked me out. Our relatives cut you off because you stole my husband. Even before that, they were angry at you because you played around and didn't study hard. You were yelled at for spending your parents' money on escorts since you were in college. You went to college and ate with my parents' money. What's the difference between that and my escorts? Huh? Escorts and talking to boys are part of my daily life. It's like eating and sleeping. And yet, I was the only one scolded, and you were treated so nicely. I really didn't understand, so I used my beauty as a weapon to steal your husband. I'm so stunned. So you hate me for such a stupid reason. When I saw the look of frustration on your face, I felt a sense of accomplishment. You're such a black-hearted person. I'm going to take everything from you because I hate you so much. You don't deserve to be happy. I want to get married before the baby is born. I want you to admit defeat and divorce your husband. You don't have any children yet, right? Give up on him and find another husband. You're already 34 years old. You lose your chance to get a husband if you don't move on. Oh, and don't forget the congratulatory gift of $5,000. You are telling me to divorce even though we are not married in the first place? You're being so bossy again. Let me ask you something. Why did you think he was my husband? What? Robert said so himself. Robert? He said, Lily is my wife, but her niece is prettier than her, so he said he's switching. How did you meet Robert? I met him by chance when I was out having drinks. He was there too. I was looking at him and thought he was really cool. He came up to me. I sat down next to him and we talked. And it turned out he was your husband. I was so surprised that you got married again. I was also surprised to hear that he is a handsome painter. I immediately went for him. Oh, I see. When the baby is born, I'll be the first to tell you. You don't have to call me. Don't hold back. You want to see pictures of the baby, don't you? I don't need to see them. Don't say that. It's our child. It's going to be a beautiful baby. Your ex-husband and niece are getting married. So of course, you'll give a congratulatory gift, right? In exchange, I'll send you lots of pictures. Look forward to it. Hey, have you sent the $5,000 yet? You divorced Robert, so that means you're willing to send me money, right? Huh? I don't understand a single thing you're saying. What are you talking about? You divorced your husband right away, didn't you? Thanks to that, Robert and I married immediately. That's great. Now all you have to do is wire me the money. When do you think that will be? What are you talking about? I'm not leaving my husband, and I'm not going to give you any money. Are you being stubborn like that again? Robert said you're single now. You're single because you divorced him. So you really married Robert? That's right. Don't you want to congratulate us? We're waiting for the $5,000. I don't feel like celebrating. I mean, I don't think you should be celebrating either. Huh? You may have to work hard from now on, but good luck. What do you mean? Robert's a successful, top-notch painter. He's not going to have a hard time. He's going to be a celebrity. Celebrity. If you ever need help with money, just let me know. You are divorced and hard times are ahead of you. Don't hesitate to ask us for help. Then you don't need a gift, do you? Why are you taking advantage of me? I just want to annoy you, of course. I'm going to take more money from you. You poor woman who lost her husband to me. I'm going to rip you off even more. I'm having fun just imagining it. Huh. Hey, when are you going to pay me? I gave birth already and have not received any money. Our cute little boy looks just like Robert. Congratulations on the birth. Just to be clear once again, I'm not going to give you any money. That man is not my husband. Huh? I haven't told you this for a long time because you've been doing a monologue. I have a husband and a child. Robert is not my husband. What? You already got remarried? You and Robert just got divorced. Could it be that you had a lover? If you have a child, does that mean the other person is someone with a child? No, don't compare me to a scumbag like you. I married my current husband 1 year after Harry and I divorced. Our child is 1 year old now. You're lying. Robert is not your husband? That's what I've been saying all along. But he said you're his wife. He's in trouble, isn't he? He has a habit of telling lies. It's true that after I divorced Harry, I started going out with Robert. He was introduced to me by a friend. But we were together only for a short time and we broke up immediately. Of course, we never got married. So, you're saying I didn't steal your husband? Unfortunately, that's what it means. But why did Robert lie about you being his wife? It's a disgrace for a man to be married to such an ugly woman. Could it be because of his pride? Maybe he thought if he said he was my husband, it would give him an advantage. What do you mean? What good would it do him if he was your husband? You don't know what kind of person Robert is, do you? Huh? Robert used to work for a big IT company, T Corporation. He was fired for embezzling company money. It was all over the news, but maybe you didn't know about it. What? What's that? Ever since I've been dating him, we've never had the same values when it comes to money. It's a good thing I left him as soon as I did. I would have thought that if you married him, you would have known about it and accepted him for who he was. But you didn't know. That's a lie. There's no way Robert is a criminal. I mean, that still doesn't explain why you are not his wife. That's because I work for E Corporation, which is a major company along with T Corporation. E Corporation is the very famous cell phone carrier. Yes, that's right. Robert was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement. But if an employee of E Corporation, a bigger company, was his wife, I guess he thought it would be a good opportunity to make a name for himself. Wait, so both you and your real husband work for E Corporation? Then that means you both make a lot of money, right? Well, sort of. I think we make more than most people our age. No way. No way! I don't believe that! I was so happy thinking I'd successfully snatched him away. And now this! This is terrible! But Robert is my ex-boyfriend, so that's good. It's not good! It's boring to be with a guy you've already broken up with. Let me ask you something. If you knew Robert wasn't my husband, you wouldn't have married him? No, that's not true, because Robert is a famous painter. It's too bad he wasn't your husband. I honestly don't want to believe that he was fired from T Corporation for embezzlement, but I'm willing to forget about that. Now he's a rich, good-looking artist, and he's very talented. He can make so much money that his salary at his previous job is nothing. That's the thing. Laura, you believe he's a famous painter? Wait, maybe that's a lie too? Bingo. Robert probably said I'm a famous painter. Laura, have you seen his paintings? Well, I've never seen any of his paintings. Then I suggest you search for his full name on the internet right now. He's so good at putting his childish and bizarre drawings on his website because no one is looking at them. And while you're at it, take a look at the online news reports from the time of the embezzlement. What? So he's not a famous painter. He's a self-proclaimed painter. He's actually a poor freelancer. A freelancer? You don't seriously think Robert is a professional painter? Because Robert spends all his time drawing pictures on his computer. Plus, even though he's called a freelancer, he just stays holed up at home. That's proof that you can make a living from painting. You can make any amount of money on the web nowadays. But if you look at Robert's website, you'll see that he hasn't sold a single painting. Maybe he can't go outside because he's afraid of meeting T Corporation employees. You think you're fine with earning some pocket money for yourself. Wait a minute. So the whole reason Robert married me was so that I could provide for him? Probably. Ask him for details. Oh no, you're terrible! Why me? If you had told me about Robert's true identity first, I wouldn't have gone after him. Even if I told you, you're going to have a baby soon. I can't tell you you shouldn't go for Robert. Besides, you married Robert because you think he's handsome, right? It's true, he's handsome. But handsome alone is not enough to make a living. I just had a baby and I can't support my husband by myself. And he has a history of being fired for embezzlement. I don't want to live with such a scumbag. I thought you were going to forget about that. You're a regular at escort clubs, so don't act all high and mighty. Why don't you just accept that Robert is a bum? I think you two are perfect for each other. I've got an idea. Lily, let's trade husbands. Huh? I'll give you Robert. Give me your husband. What? It's not fair that you and your husband both work for E Corporation. If I get a husband who works for E Corporation, it will balance things out, won't it? What nonsense. Your husband is not a thing. Don't tell me you'll trade him easily. You were so preoccupied with stealing my husband to see Robert's true nature. You chose Robert of your own free will. Now that you have a child, please be happy with Robert. That's impossible. I can't be happy with a dreamy freelancer. Then at least give me some money. I haven't received the congratulatory gift of $5,000 yet. I never said I'd give you that from the start. Well then, good luck with the baby and taking care of your husband. Wait a minute! Lily! Lily! Don't abandon me! Help me! After that, Laura seemed to have sought help from her parents and relatives. She was cut off from all of them for stealing my husband before, so no one could help her. Robert's parents and relatives also seem to have cut off ties with Robert during the embezzlement case. They could rely on nobody. Moreover, after that, Robert found out about her paying for escorts, and they had a big fight. Laura makes fun of Robert's paintings, and the bond between the couple fell apart. Well, they got what they deserved, didn't they? Their 2 children are innocent of any wrongdoing, so that's my concern. There's talk of some relatives possibly taking care of the children. Those 2 people ought to take responsibility for their actions. Bob, can I tell you something? Is something wrong? I'm almost done with work, so if it's not urgent, you can tell me about it after I get home. I'd really like to talk to you directly after I get home, but I just can't wait. If you say something like that, I can't wait either. What the hell happened? I've been thinking for a while now that maybe... I just went to the OBGYN after work. I'm pregnant. Seriously? We're having a baby? That's right. Our longed-for baby. We're going to be parents, huh? I'm so glad we didn't give up infertility treatments. Janet, honestly, it must have been hard for you. All I could do was support you. Thank you so much for hanging in there. That's not true. When I wasn't feeling well, you did all the housework and everything. You really helped me out. Let's continue to help with each other from now on. Well, first, we have to have a healthy baby. Yeah, I know. I'll try not to burden you as much as possible so that you can have a healthy baby. Thank you. Janet, have you notified your parents yet? No way. Of course I wanted to tell you before anyone else. I'm not home yet either. I'm calling you as soon as I left the hospital. I see. Besides, I don't want to tell my parents yet. Of course, I don't want anything bad to happen to the baby, but until I'm in the stable period, I don't want to tell my parents or your parents. I'd like to tell my parents and your parents once the baby is in the stable period. Is that okay? Yeah, okay. I don't know this kind of thing. I respect your feelings. I appreciate you saying that. It's been almost 5 years since we started trying having a baby, right? To be honest, I was thinking it might not work. When the obstetrician said, "You're pregnant, congratulations," I couldn't help but cry. I'm also glad that now Susan won't pester me asking if we're going to have kids yet. I'm really sorry for making you feel bad. Every time I see my mom, I tell her, "Don't pressure us like that. It's the life we've chosen with or without kids." And she says, yes, I understand. But she doesn't get it at all. Well, it can't be helped. You are an only child. I understand your mother's desire to have a grandchild. But she's too insensitive. Old people are like that. Forgive me. Don't worry about it. I'm pregnant. Susan doesn't seem to like me. I hope the pregnancy will improve our relationship a little. She's the one who gave birth to you, so I want to get along with her. Thank you, Janet. But she has quirks, so don't try too hard. Got it. We have to start thinking about the move, the baby's name, and all the other stuff. Bob, you're getting ahead of yourself, but I agree with moving out. We're living in the same apartment since you were single. It's too small to raise a child there. I'd like to buy an apartment or a house. Let's look around and see what's available. Yeah, let's do that. I can't focus on work today since I heard this news. I'm getting ready to leave the office and go home. Is it okay to eat cake when you are pregnant? Yeah, I guess I'll have to restrain myself as I gain weight, but for now, it should be fine. Good. I'm going to buy a cake from your favorite store. Let's celebrate. Thank you. I just got home a little while ago. I'll make your favorite dish with ingredients we have at home. Yay! I'll go shopping and I'll be home in about an hour. Okay, I'll see you then. Congratulations again, Janet. When you told me the day before yesterday that you were pregnant, I was really surprised. I asked you the other day if you were going to have a baby yet. Why didn't you tell me that you were pregnant? I was the only one who didn't know. I'm sorry, Susan, that I didn't tell you yet. But you were not the only one. We decided not to tell anyone until we were in the stable period. We decided that we wouldn't tell anyone, not our friends, not the people at work. I didn't tell my parents either. Well, it's so sad that you treated me like your friends and colleagues. I've been so worried about you guys for so long, and yet you're so cold. I appreciate your concern. I was having morning sickness and all. I was afraid to tell you because I didn't know what would happen. I'm sorry I made you feel bad. Oh, well, I'll let bygones be bygones this time. Thank you very much. Not to change the subject, but I thought a pregnant woman needs to be nourished. I sent you all sorts of groceries yesterday. Have you received them yet? I just got home from work and was preparing dinner. Then I received the package. I just put them in the fridge. I should be the one to call you. I'm sorry for that. I was just about to call you, though. Oh, really? Well, that's okay. It's from a store known for fresh fish. It's really delicious. I wanted you to try it too. I appreciate the sentiment, but I'm afraid I can't eat raw fish right now. So I will eat vegetables and processed foods. Bob will have the fish. I bought it because I wanted you to eat it. You're saying you can't eat what I bought? I didn't mean it, but you know that raw food is not good. Of course. Maybe you think I'm harassing you? No. The fish is really fresh, so it's safe for pregnant women to eat. I'm sure of it. I really appreciate your gesture, but I'm not feeling too well right now, so please let me pass this time. Huh? You're a pregnant woman right now. Isn't taking care of your health the most important thing you should be doing right now? You still work all the time. I take days off from work when I'm not feeling well. I try to take care of myself, but I'm still having morning sickness. It depends on the day, but when I'm not feeling well, I don't have much of an appetite in the morning, so I don't want to eat any raw food, just in case. I'm worried about my unborn grandchild if you're like that now. It's my first grandchild, so I need you to be healthy. I'm sure the morning sickness will settle down soon, so don't worry. The doctor says my baby's growing well. Is that so? That's good, but I just thought of something. I've got an idea. I'm going to make lots of food that you can eat even if you have morning sickness. I'll invite you to dinner. Come to my house next weekend. I've had morning sickness myself, so I know exactly how you feel. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your concern. But when I'm not feeling well, I really don't have much of an appetite. I might end up leaving most of the food. I don't mind it at all. I want to do something for you, Janet. I hope you understand me. Thank you. Well then, I'll visit you this weekend. That's the way it should be. I'm really looking forward to it. Since Bob got married and left home, I've rarely cooked for anyone other than my husband. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the weekend. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you so much for today, Susan. You really made a lot of treats and they were all really delicious. I wanted to eat them all, but I wasn't feeling well. I'm sorry that I left some of it. I thought you didn't like it. You were feeding Bob so much. I was watching you. Maybe I'm worrying too much. It's my first baby, so I try not to eat raw food, just to be safe. I'm sorry if I made you feel bad. I really appreciate your kindness. Oh, yes. I was really looking forward to it. It's just so unpleasant that you left that much food. Oh, no. Do as you please. But if you give birth to a baby with a poor appetite, I won't forgive you. I'll do everything I can to make sure I give birth to a healthy baby. I'm really, really sorry about today. Janet, what the hell happened while I was in the bathroom? I heard my mother crying and rushed out of the bathroom. You threw the fruit basket that Mom gave us into the trash. And you said something incomprehensible like, "Thank God." I was about to ask you what was going on, but she ran out. I ran after her and I'm listening to what she's saying. She still won't stop crying, and she just insists that it's your fault. After what you did, of course, she's crying. I also think it's your fault. She is your mother too. She's been sending us food and inviting us to dinner. She's been so good to us. She brought us a fruit basket as a baby shower gift. Why did you throw it in the trash? You should call her and apologize to my sweet mom right now. Why should I apologize? Huh? Janet, are you serious? Actually, don't be surprised. I just want you to hear this. Your mother tried to take my son away from me. Tried to take away? What do you mean? She pointed to the fruit she brought me. She said, "I want some too. Could you peel it for me? I'll watch him." I went to the kitchen to peel it. I felt someone moving and turned around, and neither Susan nor my son were there. I ran out of the room and saw her heading for the door with my son in her arms. I rushed to bring him back and ask her, "What are you doing?" She said, "We will raise our grandchild. I feel sorry for my grandchild if he was raised by you. You're no longer of any use to us, so you and my son need to get a divorce." So I got mad and threw the fruit basket in the trash, and by saved, I mean my son. I can't believe she would do such a thing. I don't think you are lying, but to be honest, I'm confused. You didn't seem to notice, so I kept quiet until now. She tried to make me eat raw food, which they say is not good for pregnant women. Even when she invited us, there were so many raw foods, like raw fish, raw ham, raw egg, and so on. Don't you remember? Well, that's true. So I told her in advance that there were many things I couldn't eat. I didn't eat any of the raw food, so you ate it for me. Instead, I ate everything else with relish. She was really sarcastic about it. I wanted to get along with her if I could, but she hates me so much. I couldn't take it anymore. She almost took my son away from me and told me to divorce you. I don't want to get along with her anymore. To tell you the truth, I don't want to see her again. Janet, I'm really sorry. I didn't notice anything. On top of that, I told you to apologize to her. I just asked my mom about it and she said it's true. It's her first grandchild and she really wanted to raise him. She decided to bring him home today. She said she thought I could join them later. Now you know. I'm frustrated. I said I'd protect you, but I haven't done anything. Please forgive me. I'm going to change. Bob, that's enough. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. Besides, now that I think about it, once I realized that she might be harassing me, I probably should have talked to you about it. I'll never let my mom near you or my son again. I promise this will never happen again. Yeah, thanks. Good evening, Susan. Janet, I've been meaning to call you too. Thank you for calling me. Maybe you've forgiven me? Yesterday, Bob got really mad at me. He told me that he would never let me see you or my grandson again. It was just an impulse. I'm sorry. So you'll let me see my grandson from now on, right? Ah, of course I want to see you too. I can tell right away that you don't mean it. You are not a good liar, aren't you? I'm not lying. I mean it with all my heart. Even if you weren't lying, I would never forgive you. You tried to take away my son, whom I gave birth to with all my heart. You told me to divorce Bob. How can I forgive such a person? I contacted you today to say goodbye. Huh? Goodbye? Wait a minute. Don't say that out of the blue. To be honest, I'm still mad. I thought about just blocking you, but thanks to you giving birth to Bob, I was able to meet him and even have a child with him. Before I block you, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for giving birth to Bob. You don't need to thank me, and don't block me. Let's get along from now on. I'll help you with my grandchild and everything. I can't get along with you. I'd rather you not have anything to do with my son. I've already said thank you, so I'll block you. Goodbye. Oh no, wait a minute. Janet, I'm coming to see you now. I'll apologize or whatever. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Janet? I blocked Susan. My father-in-law heard about the numerous harassments she had done to me and the fact that she tried to take our son away from us. He left the house and wants to live separately for a while. I guess it's only a matter of time before my mother-in-law gets divorced. Bob, too, can't forgive her for what she did. He says he will cut all ties with her. I feel a little sorry for him, but I want to think about my husband and son first. I can't help it. My son has received a lot of love from my father-in-law and my parents. I think he is happy. I live in a new house that we moved into when I was pregnant, and our family of 3 is getting along very well. I love my parents and my father-in-law very much. They often visit us. If something happened to them, I would like to take care of them. Hey babe, have you made up your mind for your wedding dress? No, not yet. What's up? I tried on 2 dresses yesterday, but I'm still thinking about it. Oh, okay. Then just get both of them. Huh? Why? There's a huge possibility that the first one is going to get ruined. What do you mean? Or one might end up in tatters or covered in stains. Why would that happen? Actually, my sister Darlene is coming to our wedding. Oh, are you saying she's gonna try to ruin my dress? I'm hoping not. I doubt she'll go that far. You don't know what she's capable of. Huh? Trust me, I know she's always throwing shade whenever you see her. Well, she does say a lot of things to me. My sister doesn't seem to be fond of you. Oh, she already told me that I'm just after your money. I keep telling her I'm not, but she doesn't believe me. I've been trying to explain everything to her. She despises me so much. She's always had this overprotective streak, and while I'm grateful for her care, sometimes she just doesn't know when to draw the line. I need her to see that I'm all grown up now and perfectly capable of managing on my own. She won't give it a rest about finding me the right partner because she's always going on about our respected family background. Yeah, she's the reason my engagement fell through once, you know. She really cares about the family background, huh? Right. Mom and Dad already gave their blessings. It's only my sister who's against our marriage, so... I wonder if she has any marriage plans of her own yet. With her attitude, I don't think so. She might stay single for the rest of her life. I need her to chill and just let me be happy. Seriously, don't hold back. Just tell me if anything comes up. Don't worry, I'll be fine. Thanks. Sorry to bring that up the day before our wedding. Let's make it the best wedding ever, babe. Yeah. Martha, may I have a word with you? Oh, Darlene, I'm at work right now, so I'll text you later. It's probably not that big a deal anyway. Just something anyone could do, right? Or is some lame job more important than what I'm saying? Okay. Let me ask you straight to the point. Are you really going to marry my brother? Of course I am. We've already booked the venue. We've made all the arrangements too. Oh God! You're still being so bold after everything I've said? Are you, a low-educated and poor person like yourself, really serious? I've told you many times, I'm not poor. Shut up! You're just marrying my brother for his money, aren't you? I mean, he's the eldest son and the heir to our family business. That's not my intention. How would I know? The thought of using our money for a woman like you makes me sick. There's no need to say that. I'm just saying. After all, every woman who gets close to Theo is like that. You probably just want an easy life, calling yourself a housewife and all. I plan to keep working even after marriage. I've discussed about that with Theo. You can say anything you want. How can you get a decent job with just a high school diploma? Do you understand that we're a top-tier, publicly traded company? I understand. I only have a high school diploma, but I do have a decent job. Besides, my current job doesn't require a higher education. Oh, really? A job where education doesn't matter? I knew it! It's a job for idiots! You really aren't suitable for a family, are you? Well, your parents probably don't have decent jobs either. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's not true. My parents work hard, and they run a hotel. Good for you! I'm not interested in any low-class hotel. It's not low-class. Yeah, poor people are pretentious. Well, I have no interest in your parents either. I won't let you marry my brother. You can't stop us. I said I won't let you. You don't know what I'm capable of. I won't have any gold digger like you in my house. Theo, sorry to bother you at work.
What's wrong, Martha? Is everything okay?
I just got a call from your sister. She said she'll never let me marry you.
What? She's trying to do the same thing again.
She said I can't do anything about it. She's probably planning something for the wedding.
Oh shit. I was hoping nothing would happen. I have a bad feeling about this. I'm glad we're one step ahead of her.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
Well, it is what it is. Let's meet after work and finalize the plan for the big day.
Okay.
I'm really sorry about this, Martha. This is way beyond just feeling cold feet, huh?
It's okay. It's more like happy feet.
Happy feet?
Yes, I'm about to get married to you.
Oh, that's what I love about you.
Thanks. Well, see you later. Darlene, please, pick up the phone. What? What do you want? What was that about? Pouring beer on my dress at my wedding? And to top it off, making a scene with all that nonsense. Absolutely unforgivable. Stop overreacting. I just mentioned there's someone after our money. Are you pissed off because it's the truth? How many times do I have to tell you that's not true? That's not my intention. How can you ruin my once-in-a-lifetime wedding? I told you, didn't I, that I wouldn't let you and Theo get married. But the wedding was a hit, right? A bride who smells like beer is just hilarious. It suits a poorly educated woman like you very well. That's harsh. You should be thanking me for making your wedding unforgettable. Well, if the bride gets drenched in beer, it might be difficult to continue the reception. I see. Okay, we'll cancel the reception. Oh dear. You're really going to cancel it? I knew it. That's how you really feel about my brother. Guess it was all about the money after all. You've finally revealed your true colors. I'm cutting ties with you. Huh? What are you even talking about? It's ridiculous for someone like you, who isn't even married to Theo or part of the family, to talk about cutting ties. This is exactly why dealing with poor, foolish people is such a hassle. Well, at least I could weed out a bitch who's not suitable for our family. I know Theo will be thankful. You were something else. If you're still here, please leave right now. I never want to see your face again. You don't need to tell me. Oh, and here's a helpful piece of advice. Be with someone who's on your level. And stay away from my brother. That's enough. Goodbye. Poor little bride. How are you feeling? I guess it's time for you to know where you belong. I need to eat something nice. That cheap food made me almost sick. What are you doing, Martha? I'm bored. If you're up for a quick chat, I might entertain it. Text back. I know you can see this. Oh, Darlene, sorry, I was busy. You're enjoying lunch by yourself? The reception went well for us. What? Are you out of your mind? You canceled the reception, right? Actually, no. We finished it to the end, and everyone had so much fun. It's one of the best days of my life. What? Are you kidding me? Did you really wear that beer-scented dress to the reception? I had 2 dresses prepared, so I changed into a fresh one for the reception. You're lying. Stop being delusional. At least be honest if you're going to be poor. I'm not delusional. We exchanged vows and had our wedding reception. You're the one being delusional, Darlene. Wait. It's Theo. What? Theo? Yes, I'm with Martha right now. Even you? What are you saying? I made the wedding reception a mess, right? I had a feeling you might do something at the wedding, so I made sure to let the guests know it was all part of the reception entertainment. Let me tell you, it was quite the production. We even made a video saying, "Surprise!" But hey, thanks to the groom's funny sister, everyone had a blast. What? That can't be true. Hey, Theo! It is, Darlene. We finished the ceremony without you. Oh no! Why did you do that? That's my line. Why were you trying to ruin my wedding? Huh? Because that woman is just after our money. I can't stand the thought of our family's money being wasted on her. What makes you say that? Martha, why don't you just come clean? Tell him you're only interested in his money. Admit you're after an easy life, and that's all you want from him. Honestly, you should be ashamed. Consider yourself lucky to be part of our family. Your poor family must be relieved, honestly. I think it's the other way around. Huh? Other way around? Are you calling our family poor? Hey, knock it off. Martha's dad is the president of a well-established hotel, you know? What? Theo, what are you talking about? Have you lost your mind too? I'm pretty sane. Her family runs a long-standing hotel that has been passed down through generations in the local area. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've been telling you all along. Martha didn't marry me for money. You were so busy criticizing her because she's a high school graduate, and you never bothered to get to know her. You've been wrong this whole time. Wait, what?
Her family's business is way more successful than ours. From an outsider's perspective, it might seem like I'm the one after her money. But neither Martha nor her parents have ever brought it up. It was only you who kept going on about money.
Are you kidding me? So what was all that talk about working together? Were you trying to sneak into our company or something?
That's not it at all. I was going to help out her parents with their work. They've been asking me to join them for a while now.
Well, I never heard about that.
You're the one who didn't listen. You jumped to conclusions without listening to her side of the story.
What? You're blaming me? I just wanted to protect our family.
What are you trying to protect? Our money? You're the only one obsessed with money. Nobody else cares about it like you do. There are far more important things in life than money and possessions.
Are you lecturing me? Who do you think you're talking to?
Oh, God. That's why even Dad and Mom have had enough of you.
What?
Dad is going to have a talk with you soon. I think you're not allowed to come home anymore.
What are you talking about?
You think you can get away with what you did today? You tried to ruin our wedding. Dad realized how much he spoiled you. He's disappointed.
That's a lie. Dad would never say such a thing.
If you think I'm lying, go ahead and ask him yourself. It's embarrassing for me as your brother too. Acting all high and mighty just because our parents run a company. And then insulting Martha, who's the daughter of the president of a well-established hotel, calling her all sorts of names like poor and gold digger.
Don't blame me. I had no idea she came from such a distinguished background.
Also, I'm not going to take over Dad's company.
What?
I mentioned earlier that I'm planning to assist Martha's parents with the hotel, remember?
Wait a minute. You're the eldest son. That's why we were looking for a well-bred, respectable wife for you.
I'm giving up our family name.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking her last name. I already talked to Dad about it.
I don't know anything about this. So what's the plan for our family's future? Does that mean I'm the one who's gonna take over?
Hell no. If Dad left the company to you, it'd go bankrupt in a heartbeat. Haha.
Then who's gonna take over then?
Dad mentioned he intends to pass it on to one of the younger guys in the company.
That's impossible. Why did you do such a selfish thing?
I just wanted to be with Martha, that's all.
Well,
it's time for our flight.
what flight?
Our honeymoon.
Theo, wait! Martha, pick up the phone. What, Darlene? We're on our honeymoon. How dare you steal away my precious little brother? And now, because of you, I might get kicked out of the house. What are you going to do about it? I have no idea. What a deceitful woman! Manipulating Theo into working at your own family's business? And on top of that, even making him change his last name to yours? For the record, Theo took our name voluntarily. Stop lying for once! You and your parents probably just bribed my brother with money to convince him. Please don't say that. Theo wanted to work with me and my parents. He said that we would make this inn as wonderful as my parents. We'll chase our dreams together. But he was supposed to be the next president. There was no need to change his surname, was there? That's what I told Theo. As the only daughter to carry on my family's legacy, Theo suggested taking my last name. What? Then do me a favor. What? Can you hire me? What? What are you talking about? My parents are furious about what went down at your wedding. They're totally mad at me. Oh, I see. I was only thinking about what's best for our family. I was just trying to ensure we didn't let any gold diggers in. We're a successful family. We run a successful company. But now, both Theo and our parents keep blaming me. What a relief. Huh? It's a relief that my partner's family, aside from my sister-in-law, are all sensible people. That's a good thing. What are you talking about? I lost my job and even my place to live because of you. Your job too? I used to work as a receptionist at my father's company, but now he won't let me work there anymore. Can't blame him. There were a lot of people from your father's company at the wedding. They all witnessed that embarrassing incident. That's why I'm asking you to let me work at your hotel. I decline. Why? I'm your sister-in-law, aren't I? We're family. No, we're not. I cut ties with you, remember? Huh? What the hell? Theo said the same thing too. No way! What's going to happen to me? You should have seen this coming. You judged me for not having a higher education, and you tried to ruin my wedding. Oh, I'm going to lose everything then. How am I supposed to live from now on? Why don't you take some time to think about it? It's your own life after all, not anyone else's. You'll have plenty of time to figure things out. I can't say if there will be someone to help, but of course, Theo and I won't be involved in your future life. You're on your own now. Well then, goodbye. What? Wait a minute! Are you going to abandon me just like that? Hey, Martha! Help me! Afterwards, my sister-in-law's life took a tragic turn. She was evicted from her parents' house and lost her job, leaving her in despair. To top it off, she got slapped with a bill from the wedding venue for trashing the dress. With no savings, she had to borrow money to settle it somehow. Now, she's tirelessly working live-in part-time jobs just to repay that debt. She deserved it. And as for us, we're still new at this, but Theo and I are working together to run the inn. Every day is a challenge, but we're committed to doing our best to please our guests and improve. That's our goal.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.